Bulbasaur, the seed Pokemon and the first entry in the Pokedex. Hello everyone, welcome to Fictitious Bricks, where you can call me Chansey because the chances that this becomes a real set are a slim chance to none. Today we're taking a look at the first 3 Pokemon in the Pokedex. But before we get into it, last time someone asked me what program I use to make my videos. That would have to be Bricklink's Studio. Their Studio and Part Designer programs are amazing. So yeah, let's begin. Of course we're going to be starting with Bulbasaur. For this build I tried to make it really small, considering the official height of Bulbasaur is only actually 2 feet tall. I didn't really end up with something super accurate, but I'd like to say that I came as close as I could. So here comes the problem I face with making Bulbasaur. When it comes to using prints for faces, there's only a few ways you can do this. The ears work a bit better if I use a 1x2 bracket piece, but the face sticks out a ton. I thought for a bit, and I just decided I should use the brick with side studs because the face is a bit more important than the ears. The side view with the bracket was not a pretty sight. In the end, I do really think that the trunicated cone piece is amazing to use as Bulbasaur's bulb. Like, the shape is almost perfect. Even the stud at the top allows it to kind of have that, like, point thing at the end. So before we start building Ivysaur, we've got to have a plan. Ivysaur is not really much bigger and looks a lot like Bulbasaur, so what's a guy to do? Well, at first I started making a bigger version, but the head and bulb ended up in a war for prevalence, and it was getting way too big. After trying and trying, I just scrapped it and went with modifying the previous Bulbasaur build. So, alright, Ivysaur is basically just a bit taller and has a bigger head. But the real kicker is his nearly opened bulb. The leaves open to reveal a beautiful flower inside. But I gotta... but oh my gosh, does Venusaur have this glare? You know what? This would be perfect if Venusaur had Leer. Okay, let me look this up real quick. What? Apparently none of the Pokemon in this chain can learn Leer. Come on, I was actually counting on that while writing the script. I spent so much time coming up with that amazing joke. So ignoring my never-ending dread, we're heading into this final bout of LEGO quote-unquote ingenuity. Of course, I'm talking about creating the hulking monster unparalleled by any to this day. Venusaur. Really, I don't think we've gotten Pokemon with this kind of form since the early generations. really makes you think. Diving in, Venusaur is twice as tall as Ivysaur, so I can really just do a lot with him. Yeah, I got into a small smidge of trouble with the flower. The drawings depicted the flowers as having spots, but no matter what I tried, I couldn't seem to get them to look right. Eventually, I ended up just stitching them, and this allowed me to have more of a 3D looking build. To make the face, I tried various different methods, but from the start I knew I wanted to make the mouth out of a few different pieces instead of having a flat print. And I think I actually ended up with something good. Man, these speed shots are so freaking fast. I don't think I'm ever gonna get used to them. Now I'm gonna get started with the finishing touches and the revisions. And yes, I did some of the aforementioned finishing touches off camera. OCD kinda got the best of me. I just made Venusaur's leaves more curvy and farther back, as well as making Bulbasaur's bulb less awkward. Kind of like saying Bulbasaur's bulb. And speaking of Venusaur, I think I've gotta make his form a bit better. Just to make his body smaller and more distinct from the head. Now that that's about done, I think it's time we take the pictures for the LEGO Dex entry. Done and done. That about wraps this shindig up. If you're interested in more videos like this, consider subscribing and ringing that bell. Also, check out my LEGO idea set. It's based on the Sand Sprite from Undertale, and I've spent so many hours designing it. Thanks so much for watching.